Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Vicky. I am here to obviously start my budgeting, cash stuffing, sorting out my finance life here. I am not completely new to the idea of budgeting. I have been doing budgeting for ages, not very well, admittedly. Not my forte, which is kind of funny because I have a financial background, but that's neither here nor there. But completely new to this idea of the cash stuffing and really just having your fantastic little fun games that you play to make it a little bit more interesting, to keep you just kind of going with it. I always seem to kind of get to a point of stopping and giving up with all of my hobbies and things. So I'm really wanting to do this to be accountable for my finances. As I said, my name is Vicky. I'm also known as Vix. I'm in my 40s. I've got a lovely husband, two young children. I work full time. I'm not necessarily going to have oodles of money to be stuffing and kind of playing around with, but certainly everything is a starting point. Needing to really sort out some things. We are lucky to not be in a huge amount of debt. Obviously, we have mortgages and things like that, and that's fairly standard nowadays. A little bit of credit cards going on there. We are slowly paying those off. They're not huge, 1,800 probably between me and my husband. And it's really been where things have cropped up, getting married, stuff to do with kids, general house stuff. Then the tyre goes, then the windscreen goes, and it all starts to kind of crop up a little bit, catch up with you a little bit, I should say. I'm also looking really to build an emergency fund. We have some savings, but we moved into our house about 3 years ago and we have so much work to do. So we do need to save towards those things too: bathroom, kitchen, little loo, just general kind of refurbishment. We've got some hideous tiles going on in some of the parts of the house. That will all have to kind of come. We need to sort out our roof. We've got chimney. We've got a mature garden that really needs some work too. Mostly to also make it a little bit safer for our two children. But that emergency fund also needs to be a thing because it's important to have that kind of emergency kitty going on. Christmas is also a thing. I have got some saving going on for that, but obviously that's kind of around the corner now. We're lucky that the birthdays are out of the way, sort of thing, so we're on to the Christmas thing now. With the children being so young as well, it's not necessarily needing to be a huge affair. They're gonna love the glittery lights and the Father Christmas and everything else that's going on. So not too much necessarily for the Christmas side of things. I'm also hoping to do a bit of a not working next summer. So if I can kind of sort it out with work, that I can do a bit of a term time situation, but just over the summer. It obviously means that I'm not really going to have a pay over the summer potentially, so I need to kind of start saving so we can sort that out and still pay mortgages and bills and food and everything else and have some fun. We also have a couple of challenges going on where we are saving for some computers, but I'll probably go into that in a little bit more detail when I start flicking through some of my books. But really, as I said, this channel's kind of here to make me a little bit more accountable, continue to make it a bit fun. As I said, I've been doing a little bit of budgeting for a little while. I've been watching loads of videos and YouTube, and I've got so many people that I follow, and it's just fantastic. You will notice that I have kind of made a lot of my own templates, or I'm kind of utilising things that I've already got at the moment purely because I have to make sure that I'm actually going to do this properly. I didn't want to go and spend lots of money on lots of beautiful things to then just really not use them. I definitely am going to start building a pot that I can do a little bit of support for those in the community and their small businesses and some of the fantastic stuff that I see all the time. Some of the games and stuff, it just looks so fun. But I have kind of made up some of my own at the moment. Some of them are paper, some of them are laminated, some of them look a bit rough. But at the moment, it's just for my own purposes, and it is all part of the fun, right? That being said, I've just realised I have actually got some happy mail, which I'll probably do on my next kind of video. Probably should have done it in this one, but this is my introduction to Hi. From the Rocking Witch. So excited! There's a couple of channels that I watch. I'm trying to think now. Canny Tally, JT Budgets, Little Moon, of course, Budget with Bliss. Oh, there's so many of them. And actually, it was Budget with Bliss who I was watching, who actually kind of alerted me to the Rocking Witch having her Halloween box out, because I watched the Rocking Witch too. Love her. Very much my kind of style. and I almost bought her last box, which was the, oh no, what was it? Chick Flick box. And I was this close to buying it, and I was like, no, hold out for the Halloween. She's my girl. If anyone's going to do an awesome Halloween thing, it's going to be her. And then Budget for Bliss happened to mention it on her video, and within 5 minutes, I was on that website. I bought it. It's here. I'm hoping to obviously open that tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm probably going to really wish I'd done that first, but never mind. There you go, I suppose. But really, as I said, this is just my introduction video, and I really just wanted to get a bit of a feel for things and maybe show you a little bit of what I'm hoping to be about, and then obviously kind of keep that going a bit. I am doing a little bit of of the actual cash side of it and Monzo. I have got pots within Monzo. As I said, I've been doing budgeting for a little while anyway, and it was just an easier way, an easier format for me to kind of do it at the time. And now I've just got a little bit more interested in making it a little bit more tangible. It's nice to have that kind of tangibility as well, isn't it? But really here to say, as I said, hello, I'm your typical kind of 40s kind of a person, typical 90s teenager, grunge, new metal, alternative. That's me all over. And for those of you who are a little bit eagle-eyed, absolutely, I love cats. Oh, that's not a cat, sorry. But love cats. At some point you're probably going to have one of my cats feature in this video, because that'll probably happen. Suppose it hasn't happened already, to be fair. As I said, there are certain things that I've just had to make do and kind of make some things myself with things that I already had here. I'm also a keen crocheter, so you're probably going to see bits and bobs that I make for that too. So that's my my guys dragon egg rice bag. But yeah, really, as I said, this is just my introductory video. This is probably not going to remain my setup. It's actually really tricky to kind of work out how you're going to set your desk up. So by all means, for anyone who's watching this, if you've got this far, well done. Anyone who's watching this who has any kind of comments or tips or anything for me, I am open to absolutely anything, honestly. I'm really wanting to make this work so that we can just get in that really better financial situation, have some fun with it, because I do enjoy it. You know, I do enjoy it. That's what we're all here for, right? I'm going to tell you a little bit about my setup and maybe just do a little bit of cash stuffing. I also don't want this video to be too long because, again, this is the first time I've kind of done this and I have no idea what I'm doing. So bear with me, bear with me. So at the moment, I've kind of kept it kind of simple. I've just got two kind of binders going on at the moment. This one I already had anyway. I was using it for something completely different, obviously, and I've just kind of utilised that over. This one I bought from Shen, just to kind of keep it cheap. I think it was something like £2. There are a couple of templates in there anyway. But I just wanted to, again, make sure that this was going to be something I was going to do and I was going to kind of do it properly. So this is kind of my testing the waters of not spending too much at the moment, but really hoping it is going to turn into me buying some of the beautiful binders and things that I see, because honestly, guys, some of the stuff I see is so beautiful. So let's get into it, I suppose, really. So I won't go into too much detail at the moment because I'll probably end up flicking through some of these pages now anyway. There's a little bit of money in the back of here. I'm probably not going to have oodles of money knocking around that I'm going to be able to cash stuff all the time. I think I work full time. My husband is a stay-at-home dad and has a part-time job in the evenings, which is absolutely fine, you know, fine standard. But, you know, we're fairly normal in the sense of, I think we've got, you know, a full salary and a part-time salary. We've got our 2 kids, you know, things crop up. We've got animals. I don't think I'm necessarily going to have oodles amounts of money, but we'll see how it goes. Who knows? Maybe if I get really, really good at this, anything could happen, right? So from what I can see here, I have got 250p's, a pound of 20p's, £6, no £2 coins. I never seem to get that much change, if I'm totally honest with you. I'm looking to do this penny challenge, and I have got a bit in there. In fact, let's have a look. I've got a bit going on in there. I don't know if you can see those. Can you see that? Don't know. Okay. But I just don't really tend to get the kind of shrapnel or the, you know, it took me ages to get a 50p and then they got 2 at the same time. It's like buses. But a little bit of change going on there. And then we have some notes. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 105. I'd imagine that's probably going to be around about standard. I have got other things that I'm obviously doing as well. So for example, I've mentioned that 52-week challenge, which is in this one. That's not something that's going to come from here because I've kind of done it that it's going straight from my bank account straight into Monzo. It's actually in a high interest Monzo account, as is some of the other stuff. So it's trying to make things work the best for me, really. Some of these things are going to start adding to money, and I just want to get some interest on them too, obviously. I'll start with the clear, I think. So I've got my pens too. So as I said, I already had this, and you're going to see now some of the templates that I've kind of been going through. My 52-week challenge, I've actually got 2 of these. So I've got one for me and one for my darling husband. Basically, we both have computers that are absolutely on the brink of falling apart. Mine's going to go a little bit longer than his. However, he has a laptop. He can't even move it from the desk anymore because the monitor part of it is just so broken that if he moves it, it's literally going to fall apart. So we really are on borrowed time. I'm not even sure if we're actually going to get to the kind of year point with his. So it might well be that I end up kind of breaking this up and actually merging them together, putting all the money in the pot and kind of chucking it over to him because he's going to have that need first. He's actually going to want a better computer than me as well because he's very into his gaming and lots of stuff like that. Whereas as much as I love my gaming and I want a bit of a gaming laptop or some such, my need is going to be a little bit less, less there. So as much as I am kind of doing the 52-week challenge, which is obviously 1,400, he's actually got an extra 100 on top of that, so it's going to be 1,400, mostly because we'd already started saving a little bit of money towards that, and I kind of break this up a little bit to be that I don't do it necessarily on consecutive weeks. After payday, I'm more likely to pay in a little bit more. We have 2 paydays in a month, we have his and mine, so it depends how it works. And then if we've got one of those weeks where we know we've done something, we've had a takeaway, we've something's had to go out because windscreen went recently, maybe it's going to be a lesser amount, but certainly those are 2 things that are kind of ticking along, hopefully, and they go straight into the Monzo. You'll probably see me mark them off every now and again, but that's probably as far as it's going to go. Emergency fund is actually really important to me, as I said. I think it's important to everyone, obviously, but started that off. Again, it's just a template that I've made up myself. These are only paper, so really I can reuse them, or I can do whatever, really. There's already £100. There's already £100 in the account, excuse me. So I'm actually going to add another 20 to that. Okay, there we go. And hopefully that will just slowly start to build. I've actually broken them down into 240 sums at the moment, but ultimately it's going to be a case of like £1,000 in there, probably a little bit more than that, really, but it's a starting point. We're getting there, kind of thing. So that's 120 in there at the moment. This one I will come back to in just a second. As I also stated, obviously the summer kind of situation is quite important to me as well. As a full-time worker, I kind of miss out on a lot of the kind of taking the kids to school stuff and doing stuff with the little preschool and all that kind of thing. So I would really like to try and make it work that next summer I can be at home with them, even if it's for a month and not the 6 weeks or something. But we'll see what we can afford and what my work obviously agree to. Again, these are just templates that I have made up myself. Here we go. I do like a pina colada, so that's kind of the theme that I've actually gone for with this one. And I think at the moment I'm probably going to add about 20 into that too. As you can see, there's also some money in here. So the card is actually for 1,000. I'm going to need more than that, so I'm probably going to end up using it again. But again, I just have to start somewhere. There's actually 220 in the account already, and as I said, that's in a high interest Monzo account. But I'm going to put another 20 in today. There we go. One thing that somebody told me, or I think I picked up from one of the videos, was about these kind of zippers on the envelopes, doing them alternate so that they kind of lie flatter. I don't know if that's actually a good thing or not. If you guys, again, have got any comments or tips, I'd love to hear them. It seems to be kind of sensible because it's stopping them bulking out, but, I don't know. I've also made up another one. I had some of these stickers from Shen. I never know how to say that. So this is actually just for my husband. There's a little bit of money in the account already because I've got until April to worry about that. But I just want to do something a little bit separate. I haven't done a scratch off before, and I thought this is kind of fun. I'm going to do it this way. I'm actually going to use one of my coins, and I'm purely just going to scratch off whichever the first one is. And I really wish that I could actually remember what order I'd put these in, but I haven't got a clue. So that's a nice round number. Ultimately, this is going to save about 75. So we'll put a 10 in there. That's lovely. Nice start too. There we go. Okay, so I think that's probably everything in that one. We'll go over to the black one. Okay. Oh, these bits. I'm going to have to get used to those, I suppose, aren't I? So my black one, I haven't really necessarily divvied these out particularly well. I think it's just where they kind of fell is where they have stayed currently. I've got some more in here that obviously I've been doing myself. I mean, everything we're going to see at the moment is obviously kind of my own template, but I'm really hoping to get some of the cool ones going as well, but we'll get to that hopefully. I'll come back to that in a second because we'll see what we're kind of going with. I suspect it will just be these, but we'll come back to it because maybe I'll use them elsewhere. I don't know. I'm not putting anything into the penny saver today because I don't really have the smaller change, so I figured I would leave that. Something I am doing next April again for anniversary is I'm actually going with my husband to see the War of the Worlds. Really excited about that. So we've got a lovely hotel, 4-poster bed. Obviously the tickets, we're kind of midway for the tickets, but they're pricey enough. All of that stuff has actually been paid, so that's great. However, I just knew that there was going to need to be something for some drinks, some food, you know, maybe if a husband wants to buy a shirt or something, I want to buy something off Vinted, a pretty dress or something, I don't know, I've got loads of clothes, so probably not. But I really just wanted it to be that I had something else in place that I could obviously start saving for that. So today I'm going to put 10 in there. I've got until next April, so I don't necessarily have a rush. And again, I just wanted to make some mini savers really, just to keep it, well, a little bit different. It's just a couple of ideas that obviously I've had, and I'm hoping that this is my starting point to obviously then having other things, as I've said. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to do that one. 10. Lovely. So again, that's just a starting point for that one. I've also started some Monzo kits again, kitties, excuse me, again, or pots, for some meals and date stuff. So that's obviously started here. We've got some days out stuff. I was expecting us to have to do more over the summer, but actually we found loads of free stuff that really hasn't involved a lot of money. Or it's just been so rubbish. I mean, some of the weather's typically in England has just been doing the same thing as it always does, and we haven't really had a great summer. And the kids being young, they're so happy to just kind of go out in the back garden and do stuff too, if you know what I mean. So these actually came with the binder, so I might come back to those in a second. And then I just made one more, which I've called Roll It, because I just wanted a dicey released one, really. Again, numbers might be a bit small for this medium, actually, I didn't really think of that. It's all learning. So, as I said, I absolutely love cats, so I've got cat dice, obviously. Well, I've got all kinds of dice, if I'm totally honest, but we'll get to those. So, let's see what we're going to do here. So, we've got a 2 and a 1, so 3. And a 2 and a 2, so that's 4. So that's 7. Oh, and 2 6s, that's 12. So that's 7 plus 12, that's 19. That's a nice little number. Unfortunately, I don't have the change for that, which is typical. So I'm actually going to put 20 in, so I guess that's cheating a little bit, really, isn't it? But I'm going to go with that. So we're going to do 5, 9, 10, 12, 15, 20. Lovely. Again, I haven't really necessarily decided where this is going to go. It's just one of those fun little things that I kind of wanted to do. And then probably once I've filled it, I will decide where that's going to go. I kind of suspect that might end up going towards my husband's computer. But we'll see. We'll see how it all kind of pans out in the end, I suppose. So that's everything that I've got in my binders. I've still obviously got a little bit of money left. So I'm probably going to just divvy these out into my kind of individual challenges, and I've got £25 left, and I think I'm actually going to put that into my 100 envelope, which I'll come to in a second. So I'm going to put those over there, and what I'm going to do, I have got some more of these pouches somewhere, but I'll need to find them. Or maybe I need a tin or something, I guess. I don't really know. So we've got £6 to obviously put into the £6 challenge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely. These are just card. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So £6 into there. Lovely. We've obviously got our 20s. Oh, already open. And our 50. There we go. So I'll grab a colour. This one. So I've got two 50p's here. Oh, this will be the state of my colouring now. Actually, I don't need to do that, do I? Funny things that you're going to get used to, I suppose. So there's two 50p's in there. I'm going to keep the 50s in here at the moment because, as I said, to be honest, I rarely get 50p's. This is probably going to take me forever to do this one. It just happened to be that I got two at the same time. And then my 20p's, which I have just slowly picked up along the way. Let's do an orange. We've not done an orange yet. So I've got, oh, put those down. Actually, I could have done those two as well, couldn't I? There we go. No set pattern here. Okay, lovely. So an extra £1 going into there. The 20p's, I'm probably actually going to use towards like my children's savings. It can be a little bit of pocket money for them, or something that can just fall into, I don't know, maybe one of the birthday funds for one of their little friends or something, I don't know. I'm more likely to get 20p's as well, so that's a nice little kind of thought there. Okay. Oh, there we go. Ultimately, we actually want to have a bit of a puppy fun going as well, but I've got so many that I still need to kind of think about, like all your car stuff. Oh, there's just so many things, aren't there, that we have to think about nowadays. Petrol's also a thing, but I actually get that paid back from work because of the kind of work that I do. But, you know, we'll come back to that probably another day. So 100 envelope challenge. I've wanted to do one of these for ages. I've only just started this and I already had the box and I've made up little envelopes myself. The cards actually came from Shanshin, from that black binder, so I'm just utilising them as well. And I've only actually done one envelope so far. So what I decided to do is it's obviously broken down into the 100, but for my first envelope, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to put all the small ones together. I don't really want an envelope that necessarily has just £1 in or £2 in, so I've kind of stuffed them together, and that one's been done. That was like my starting point. So we've obviously got the 25, and I'm going to put the 25 into here. Okay. So I guess, there we go. Try and keep this a little bit straight. Hopefully my envelopes will hold out a little bit. Guess that's going to be a bit of a learning curve for me too. There we go. 25. And I'm going to put that, I think, everything at the front, I think. I did think this box was a bit big, but actually now I'm thinking that these are going to get stuffed out. Yeah, it might be the right kind of size actually. So, well, maybe I did a good without realising I was doing a good. So let's see, section 1. So I've just done 25. There we go. And that's everything that I've got for today. I've got to say, this is the first time I'm really properly doing this. I'm already loving it. It's great. Thank you so much if you've got to this far in the video. I can't quite believe I've wanted to do this for so long. I can't quite believe I've actually now done it. So again, thank you so much. I really appreciate if you have got this far. You know, please feel free to give me a like or never watch me again, maybe. Any comments, any tips, anything. I'm just excited to really be joining the community. Maybe seeing if I can find some friends along the way, or just like-minded people, really, I suppose. And like I said, really having that kind of accountability that we can start looking into our finances a little bit better. So thank you very much. I hope you've all had a lovely day, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thank you. Take care.